Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Leadership is often portrayed as a position of power, but true leadership goes beyond titles and authority. It is about serving those you lead, putting their needs above your own, and creating an environment where everyone can thrive. Simon Sinek, a visionary thinker in leadership, often emphasizes the importance of leading with a servant's heart, a concept that transforms teams, organizations, and lives. Today, we will delve into the essence of servant leadership in action. Together, we'll explore how adopting this approach not only empowers and uplifts others, but also creates a ripple effect of trust, collaboration, and shared success. Servant leadership isn't just a theory, it's a powerful way to lead with purpose, humility, and a genuine commitment to the greater good. Servant leadership prioritizes the growth and well-being of others, creating an environment where individuals feel valued, supported, and empowered to reach their potential. At its core, servant leadership is about shifting the focus from the leader's goals and achievements to the development and success of those they lead. This approach recognizes that true leadership is not about commanding others, but about serving them in a way that helps them thrive both professionally and personally. In an environment where servant leadership is practiced, individuals are not just employees or subordinates. They are valued contributors with unique skills, perspectives, and aspirations. A servant leader invests time and energy in understanding these individual qualities, recognizing that each person has untapped potential waiting to be nurtured. By taking the time to understand their team members' strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations, servant leaders create opportunities for growth that align with both individual and organizational goals. Support is a cornerstone of servant leadership. Leaders who prioritize the well-being of others actively seek ways to remove obstacles that hinder progress. Whether these obstacles are logistical, emotional, or structural, servant leaders work to eliminate them, ensuring that their team members can focus on what they do best. This might involve providing necessary resources, advocating for their team's needs, or simply offering a listening ear when challenges arise. This consistent support fosters a sense of security and trust, enabling individuals to take risks, innovate, and push boundaries without fear of failure or judgment. The empowerment of individuals is another key outcome of servant leadership. Empowerment is about giving people the autonomy and confidence to take ownership of their roles and responsibilities. Servant leaders do not micromanage or dictate every decision. Instead, they trust their team members to make choices and solve problems within their areas of expertise. This trust not only boosts morale, but also encourages creativity and initiative. When people feel empowered, they are more likely to contribute their best ideas, take responsibility for their work, and feel a deeper sense of purpose in their roles. Creating an environment where individuals feel valued is central to servant leadership. Valuing people means acknowledging their contributions, celebrating their successes, and recognizing their efforts, both big and small. Servant leaders make it a point to show gratitude and appreciation regularly, ensuring that their team members know their work matters. This recognition fosters a sense of pride and belonging, motivating individuals to continue striving for excellence. It also strengthens the bond between the leader and their team, creating a culture of mutual respect and loyalty. Servant leadership also focuses on fostering personal growth. Personal growth is not limited to professional development, but extends to helping individuals achieve a sense of fulfillment and balance in their lives. Servant leaders understand that their team members are whole people with lives outside of work, and they strive to support their well-being in all aspects. This might involve offering mentorship, encouraging work-life balance, or providing opportunities for learning and self-improvement. By investing in the holistic growth of their team members, servant leaders help them become more confident, resilient, and capable individuals. Trust is an essential component of any successful team, and servant leadership naturally builds trust through its actions. When leaders consistently prioritize the needs of their team members and act in their best interests, trust is earned over time. This trust is not based on words alone, but on a pattern of behavior that demonstrates care, integrity, and reliability. In a high-trust environment, individuals feel safe to express themselves, take risks, and collaborate openly. This sense of safety and trust is a powerful enabler of teamwork, innovation, and productivity. Servant leaders also recognize the importance of creating a sense of purpose within their teams. Purpose is what drives individuals to go beyond their job descriptions and commit wholeheartedly to their work. By aligning the goals of the organization with the aspirations and values of their team members, servant leaders create a shared sense of meaning and motivation. This alignment helps individuals see how their efforts contribute to a larger mission, making their work more fulfilling and impactful. And the practice of servant leadership extends beyond individual relationships to shape the overall culture of an organization. When servant leadership is embraced, it sets a tone of collaboration, respect, and empathy that permeates every level of the organization. This culture attracts and retains talent, as people are naturally drawn to environments where they feel valued and supported. It also enhances the organization's reputation, as servant leadership is increasingly recognized as a hallmark of ethical and effective leadership. Servant leadership requires a mindset of humility and selflessness. It challenges leaders to set aside their egos and prioritize the needs of others. This can be difficult in a world that often equates leadership with power and authority, but servant leaders understand that true influence comes from the ability to uplift and inspire others. By putting their team members first, servant leaders create a ripple effect that extends beyond their immediate sphere of influence. This ripple effect not only impacts the lives of those they lead, but also contributes to the success and sustainability of the organization as a whole. While servant leadership focuses on others, it also brings rewards for the leader. Leaders who practice servant leadership often find greater satisfaction and fulfillment in their roles. This is because their success is measured not by their own achievements, but by the growth and success of their team members. Seeing others thrive as a result of their guidance and support is deeply rewarding and reinforces the leader's commitment to this approach. This intrinsic reward motivates servant leaders to continue serving and inspiring others, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and empowerment. By prioritizing the growth and well-being of others, servant leaders lay the foundation for long-term success. Their commitment to creating an environment where individuals feel valued, supported, and empowered has a profound impact on both people and organizations. This approach to leadership is not just about achieving immediate results. It is about building a legacy of trust, collaboration, and shared success that endures over time. Leaders who serve their teams foster trust, collaboration, and loyalty by putting the needs of their people first and leading with empathy and purpose. Servant leadership is not about asserting control or wielding authority to command compliance. Rather, it is a way of leading that prioritizes the well-being and growth of others as the foundation for collective success. This approach builds relationships and nurtures an environment where trust and loyalty flourish, enabling individuals and teams to achieve their full potential. When leaders prioritize the needs of their team members, they create a culture that places people at the center of every decision and action. This people-first mindset encourages a sense of belonging and purpose within the team. The employees are no longer seen as cogs in a machine or resources to be managed, but as valued individuals whose contributions are integral to the organization's success. By consistently putting their people first, servant leaders build a culture where everyone feels supported, respected, and empowered. This culture not only enhances individual performance, but also strengthens the collective spirit of the team. Trust is one of the most critical components of effective leadership, and servant leaders cultivate trust by demonstrating authenticity, transparency, and reliability. Trust cannot be commanded. It must be earned through actions that consistently align with words. Servant leaders build trust by showing genuine care for their team members' well-being, seeking to understand their challenges, and acting in ways that prioritize their needs. This trust forms the foundation of a strong and cohesive team, as individuals feel secure in their relationships with both their leader and their peers. Trust also opens the door for open and honest communication within a team. When team members trust their leader, they are more likely to share their ideas, voice concerns, and offer feedback without fear of judgment or retribution. This openness enhances collaboration by ensuring that all perspectives are considered and that everyone has a voice in the decision-making process. Servant leaders actively encourage and facilitate this communication, creating an environment where dialogue and cooperation thrive. Thrive. Collaboration is another hallmark of servant leadership. By focusing on the needs of their team members, servant leaders foster a sense of shared purpose and collective ownership of goals. They understand that success is not achieved by individual effort alone, but through the combined contributions of the entire team. Servant leaders promote collaboration by breaking down hierarchical barriers, encouraging teamwork, and creating opportunities for individuals to work together toward common objectives. This collaborative spirit leads to stronger relationships, more innovative solutions, and better outcomes for the organization. Empathy is a cornerstone of servant leadership, as it enables leaders to truly understand and connect with their team members. Empathy is not just about listening to others. It is about putting oneself in their shoes and experiencing the world from their perspective. Servant leaders practice empathy by taking the time to listen deeply, asking thoughtful questions, and showing genuine interest in the experiences and emotions of their team members. This empathy builds stronger relationships, as individuals feel seen, heard, and valued by their leader. Empathy also helps servant leaders address the unique needs and challenges of their team members. Every individual brings a different set of skills, experiences, and circumstances to the table, and servant leaders recognize that a one-size-fits-all approach does not work. Note: by understanding the specific needs of each person, servant leaders can provide personalized support, resources, and encouragement that empower individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. This individualized approach not only enhances performance but also strengthens the bond of trust and loyalty between the leader and their team. Leading with purpose is another defining characteristic of servant leadership. Purpose provides direction, motivation, and meaning to the work that individuals and teams undertake. Servant leaders align their actions and decisions with a clear sense of purpose, ensuring that their leadership is guided by principles and values rather than personal ambition. This alignment inspires their team members to connect with the organization's mission on a deeper level, fostering a sense of commitment and pride in their work. When leaders serve their teams with empathy and purpose, they inspire loyalty in a way that transcends transactional relationships. Loyalty is not something that can be demanded. It must be earned through consistent actions that demonstrate care, respect, and integrity. Servant leaders inspire loyalty by putting their team members' needs ahead of their own, standing by them during challenging times, and celebrating their successes. This loyalty creates a strong sense of community within the team, as individuals feel a genuine connection to their leader and their peers. Servant leadership also creates a ripple effect of positive change within an organization. When leaders prioritize trust, collaboration, and loyalty, these values become ingrained in the culture of the team and the organization as a whole. This cultural shift attracts like-minded individuals who thrive in an environment of mutual respect and shared purpose. Over time, the organization becomes a place where people are not only productive, but also deeply engaged and fulfilled in their work. The impact of servant leadership extends beyond the immediate team or organization. 8. By fostering trust, collaboration, and loyalty, servant leaders contribute to the development of individuals who are more confident, capable, and resilient. These individuals carry the lessons of servant leadership into their own roles and relationships, spreading the principles of empathy and purpose to others. In this way, servant leadership creates a legacy of positive influence that extends far beyond the leader's direct sphere of impact. Finally, servant leadership demonstrates that leadership is not about commanding others, but about serving them in a way that helps them reach their full potential. This approach requires humility, selflessness, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of others. Servant leaders understand that their greatest measure of success is not their own achievements, but the growth and success of those they lead. By putting the needs of their people first and leading with empathy and purpose, servant leaders create an environment where trust, collaboration, and loyalty thrive, enabling individuals and teams to achieve extraordinary results.